Hey there, Jester here. Today we're going to be making finger puppets. So I've got some felt and some thread and scissors and needles and some beads for decoration, and we're going to just start in on this. So the first trick to this is that you don't want to just trace your finger to get the right shape, because that's not going to be enough felt, because it needs to wrap around and you need space for the sewing. So what you want to do is you want to trace 2 fingers. It's going to be, well, I guess the height would be about there, and the side would be about there. And it doesn't matter that I'm drawing on the felt, because, well, this is going to be on the inside and hidden, so nobody's going to see that I made pencil marks on it. So that's about in the middle. Just that. Since we want 2 of these, I'm going to make 2 rectangles of the same size. And then I'm going to trim both around the top. And that's, close enough. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the face and other details on it before I sew the 2 pieces together, because that'll be more easy for me. What you can do, if you don't want to do it the sewing way, is you can stitch it up first, turn it inside out, and then just paint on, a face and other details. But I like to do the sewing route. So the outside is going to be the side that doesn't have this pencil mark. So I'm going to turn that over. And about where you want the face is about where the pad of your finger will be. So I know that it's going to be about here. So I'm just going to mark about where I want. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little cat. Now I'd also like him to have a white tummy. I'm going to take my white and just snip off a bit of that. Now just cut this into an oval. Yeah, and that will go about there. Take in. Yes, you can tell that this is not a craft show for kids, because we're using sharp objects. Okay, and now I want to sew that on, but the next problem is that I am quite nearsighted. And these glasses do not have, the transitions. So I'm going to use white thread to find the end of my thread. How much do I need? I don't know. I'm going to take a needle and I'm going to thread that. Yep. Hopefully I will not need to lick the end of my thread. My mouth does not work that way. I'm going to tie a little double knot here. Trim off the excess. I'm going to start from the back. I want that about there. And since I don't trust my knot not to pull through the felt, I'm going to go back in and around on the back side. I'm going to loop through here so that I know that my knot will not pull through the felt. And then we just continue on like this for a while. Now, if you have a sewing machine and do not have a phobia of them like I do, so it's not a true phobia, I'm just nervous about operating one. Just have visions of sewing my own fingers. Possibly you could do this on a machine, but I always do hand sewing. And I think instead of making you watch the entire sequence, I'm going to do a little fade out here. See you in within 10 minutes. Okay, and we're back, and we are nearing the end of sewing my little cat's tummy on. Just need to give a little tie around the back. We'll do by, you can barely see that stitch, but there's a stitch there, and I'm going to go through it. And I'm going to loop around like this to make a knot. And then I'm going to go in and do it again to make a double knot. I'm going to trim that off. There. I mean, I suppose you could be a fox too, but I have my heart set on a cat. Now we need to make his little face. I've got some beads. I'm going to use 2 green ones for his eyes and a pink one. It's hard to find nice pink beads. Alright, I'm going to use the orange thread. Sew these on. Double knot this. trim. I'm going to do the nose first. So I want to come up through so I can cover up that pencil mark. I'm going to go through the bead. Go back up through the back. Once again, I'm going to go through here so that I know that the knot will not pull through the felt. And I think I'll go through the nose one more time. Make sure that's on there nice and tight. Again, I want to go through back once, through the loop, twice, through the loop, and trim. And then I'm going to do the same for the eyes. Go. How do we make a cat look a little more like a cat? We're going to give him some whiskers. What I'm going to do, black or white whiskers? He'd look better with white whiskers. I'm going to take some white thread. This time, I'm not going to tie a knot in the end of it. I'm going to start from out here. And I'm going to pull through here. And I'm going to lose the end of my thread. Oops. Hang on to your needle and thread a little better when you do this. You don't need them coming apart. You don't want to pull it all the way through. You want to pull it up. Right near it. I'm going to pull that up. And then I'm going to tie a knot here so that it doesn't escape. Of whiskers. And then I'm going to do that to the other side. And of course you can make as many whiskers as you like. I'm just doing a couple just to show you how I do it. Again, you want to go on. You want to pull it through, but not all the way. And we don't want to tie a knot. You want to go in through the front and not pull all the way through. And we want to come out nearby and pull that. Use a little more even, so we can more easy to tie it that way. Tie a double knot. As soon as my fingers stop being fumbly. That's why you want the threads about the same length, because you see that these are not. They're giving me some troubles. And trim that side. And we have slightly more cat-looking cat. The next thing, of course, he's going to need are ears. Right now I'm just going to cut those out. Get my orange fabric again. Let's see what size we want. I'm going to start off with making them big, just to... It's easier to trim down when something's big. They're not completely pointy. A little bit of a curve on them. And again, you could fancy these up by putting some pink in there. Okay, so what I'm going to end up doing is having ears that look like this, but we're not going to get there quite yet. Put those aside for now, because I would like my cat to have a tail. So I'm just going to stick that on the back. Again, I just need to use a little bit. Just going to round off the ends. So this will be the back of my cat, and I want the tail to be about at the knuckle. So, about there. Let's just set that there. I'm going to pin it. Now I'm just going to tack on the end up here because I want the tail to be able to flap a little bit. The orange thread. A little bit. Too much on here, just enough to hold it. There we go. It's tacked on. Make my knots. The next thing we're going to do with our little bits is that when we sew them together, we want to sew it inside out. So to do that, we've got our cat front and our cat back, and that's going to go like this. And the ears have to go in on the inside. So if you want them to stick out like this, you need to put them in like that. Put it like that. Then I'm going to pin them up here. Slide it back up. Make it down here. And I'm going to pin it down here. And then I'm going to sew all around the edges, but not the bottom, because we want to be able to stick our finger in there. I'm going to start that off, and then we'll take another break, but we're going to start off first. Got one last knot and I can't get it. There we go. This one, it doesn't really matter which side you start on. They're all going to be on the inside. I'm going to start off my usual way. Through, but not all the way. Move in there. Catch that. And then I'm going to be going around my cat for the next little while. Alright, we're just about done the stitching. And since this is going to be on the inside, it doesn't matter which side you tie off on. So I'm just going to tie off on this side. Put my glasses back on since I'm not sewing anymore. So you can see that I've just stitched the ears right in. You can do the same with, arms or any other sort of, bit that sticks out. There's a little bit of felt sticking out, so I'm just going to trim that off. And you can see we don't want to be right at the edge, because, you know, felt will pull a little bit. So now we've got to turn this little popsicle to a cat. To do that by turning him inside out. It's going to take a moment. No easy way to invert. Yeah. Come on. Nose there. Let's fix up the whiskers a bit. The ears didn't turn out quite straight. Always had trouble with putting ears on things. But as you can see, that's a pretty good fit. I now have a little kitty finger puppet. With the tail about, you know, where you'd expect a tail, and a face where you'd expect a face. Okay, would you like to come out and meet the kitty? There we are. So that is one way of making a basic finger puppet.